Happy anniversary, everybody. It is the 10th episode of CommentForce, and we're coming in hot with a whole bunch of your thoughts, your ideas, and your opinions. So what's up, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. I've got Jake and Gabe alongside me, and we are ready to kick butt on this double-digit CommentForce episode.
Woo woo! And guys, we're sorry that Zach doesn't know what a year is.
Hold on. I will figure out the seasons by the end of this this video. First, though, let me just say, as always, thanks so much for all of your support and interaction this week. We love the community. We love you guys so much. And throughout the direct hype and throughout the new ARMS and Splatoon stuff, throughout the rest of our videos, really appreciate all of you guys discussing stuff, generally being nice to each other, and making this a great place to enjoy, get excited, and critique Nintendo stuff. So thank you guys for being a part of it. Thank you, girls, for being a part of it. Thank you, dogs, cats, monsters, aliens, fish. What are the little salmon things called in Salmon Run?
Chum.
Chum. Thank you, Chum. You are appreciated. And let's get into the comments. So we pull comments from every video throughout the week, and including this video itself, so you can comment on here on CommentForce or on any other video, and you may be featured, like Michael Barron, who says, SwitchForce, I only have enough money to get 2 of ARMS, Splatoon, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I was just going to get Splatoon and Mario Kart 8, but ARMS looks so good now. Help me, SwitchForce, and let me know what you think.
I think it is. I think we are missing paramount information here. If he had Mario Kart 8 on Wii U and he's played it, then I think the choice is easy. You get ARMS and Splatoon.
See, I would say, I think Mario Kart is a great multiplayer game. So if you are a person that has like siblings or friends and you're constantly playing with, I think that's a good option.
The other ones are great multiplayer games too. Probably.
Yeah, but I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's a good, quick go-to that like is always satisfying. ARMS, we don't really know how it's gonna appeal to everybody and if everybody's gonna love it. But if you can wait past Mario Kart 8, that was a good rhyme. Then I would say get ARMS and Splatoon 2 because they're more new and unique experiences.
Zach, what do you got for him?
It's a tough debate, man, because, at first blush, I'm like, yeah, grab the new stuff. But Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is probably going to be the best multiplayer title, for a bigger group. So I think maybe it depends on your situation. Are you mostly a solo Switch player, or are you going to be having a lot of interactions with your family, your friends, your girlfriend, I don't know, your whoever. Because Mario Kart 8 is not only a repeat, but it's also a phenomenal repeat, right? Like, this is probably the best Mario Kart of all time.
Yeah,
one of Nintendo's.
It's not a total repeat. Like, it's not just a pure port. There are new modes and like characters and stuff. So there's definitely some merit to getting it. Absolutely.
So I guess like the gut instinct would be Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Splatoon 2 because I feel more confident in the overall package of those two. ARMS is the most.
Yeah, but that's kind of exciting.
It's like the greatest
unknown.
unknown.
The most reward, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael, the only.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Sorry to cut you off, but the only advice I can give you is to tell you what I would do. And since I've played a bunch of Mario Kart 8 already, I would probably just get ARMS and Splatoon. And yeah, I love Mario Kart 8, but Mario Kart 8 is gonna be around for a while. Like for me personally, I'd rather get in on the ARMS and the Splatoon community like right away, especially ARMS because it's so new and the community is gonna just grow. It's like the inception of a new community. Yeah. With Mario Kart 8, you can get that 6 months down the line, a couple months down the line when you have more money, and then get Mario Kart 8. There will still be a lot of people online playing. You'll still it's a more known quantity, so I think it'll have a longer lifespan. I think that's just a safe bet. With ARMS, like you guys said, it is like more of an unknown, and I'm super excited for ARMS. So I would probably get that just to be in at the beginning. And best case scenario, ARMS ends up being like the next Splatoon to where it's like really popular and it's like Nintendo's next big IP. Like, you're gonna want to be there since the beginning.
I'm gonna lock in and say Splatoon 2 is the must-have because it has the most content. It's gonna have a single player competitive co-op. And then I guess ARMS and Mario Kart 8, maybe you decide how long you can wait with Zelda and Graceful Explosion Machine and Mr. Shifty and some of those because Mario Kart 8 April 28th, or ARMS June 16th. That's a sizable gap. So I guess it's like Can you be patient enough for ARMS and Splatoon 2, or would you rather get Mario Kart 8 and get going and then, pick up ARMS down the line? I don't know. It's a tough call, but I think we all can agree that you'll be good no matter what you choose.
For sure.
Let us know what you pick, Michael. Taylor Moon comes in with a little constructive criticism saying, loving all your guys' videos, really am, but the next step you need to take is fixing the weird audio buzz that comes through. Pretty sure it's on Jake's end, not 100% sure. Anyways, keep up the great work, guys. And I just put this in here to quickly address that, yes, we've been aware of some audio issues lately, and we have rectified them. We ordered new cables and new mic, and so it should be good going forward. Apologies for some of those annoying ear issues in the past, and hopefully we can eradicate them going forward.
Yeah, and it's... We always make sure that before the video starts, like, they're taken care of, and then they sometimes just randomly happen throughout the video, and it's hard to catch. So, but yeah, going forward, they should be A-okay.
Sweet. Awesome Astronaut has one of my favorite comments of the week. Flavored Joy-Con. You love the strawberry, blueberry, and black licorice flavored Joy-Cons, but now a new flavor is coming, introducing banana flavored Joy-Con. No, Joy-Cons are not actually edible and are in fact an extreme choking hazard for both children and adults. Please consult your doctor if you've attempted to swallow one or two or an entire Switch, and your doctor will give you a prescription to combat your fascination with pretty colors. I just love first of all, great comment. Second of all, flavored Joy-Con, or at least scratch and sniff Joy-Con.
Yes, scratch and sniff Joy-Con.
No.
Smell-a-con?
I like it.
Joy smell? Smell joy?
I like it a lot.
I am
like, imagine if you just gave a little scuff to that new yellow Joy-Con and it smelled like banana.
I am firmly against this, and you guys know why.
Because you can't smell.
Because Gabe can't smell.
I can't smell, so this doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah, but we could
What were those
describe
are they called
those flavors to you.
I think they're called runts, those like fruity candies that smell really artificial. I feel like that's what the Joy-Con would smell like.
But they could
the
make
banana
it so much
runt
better
is
than
what
that.
the yellow Joy-Con.
Much respect to all of you that can't smell and would like these smelly Joy-Cons, though. So, I'm all for it for you guys. It's just for Gabe. It's not.
It's not for Gabe.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean it can't be for you. It can totally be for you.
I'm really having this nostalgia trip about scratch and sniff now.
Right.
And there's this one, this is so dumb, but there's this one toy at the Disney store, and it's is it Lotso Bear? Or
Yeah.
Lucky Bear?
Lotso Lovin' Bear.
Yeah, and he smells like strawberries, and it's so good. I want smelly stuff, please. Nintendo, can you make some smelly amiibo? Like, imagine if you could smell, like, the plant-like floral fumes of Pikmin, or the sweaty spandex of Bayonetta.
That's weird. Moving on.
Moving on, Jacob Barnes says, you need to learn your seasons. June 16th is still spring, not summer. And I feel really dumb about this. Apparently, June 16th is still spring, and summer starts, I think it was June 21st or June 20th, something like that.
Semantics.
So I guess Nintendo did hit their spring target.
Yeah.
Crazily enough, by a few days. They really...
Learn your seasons, Zach.
I guess. All right. Good to know Nintendo's on top of things. Duncan Weir has a comment. It's not our Splatoon 2 discussion. Gabe, what were you printing? Was this Splatoon 2 poster? If so, can I have one?
I was printing?
He thinks he heard your printer in the Splatoon 2 video.
that was not me.
So I wanted to confront you live on CommentForce. What the heck were you printing during our video,
Wait,
Gabe?
does this go back to the buzzing? Because that wasn't me.
Nope, this is the printing sound.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't print anything.
Duncan, I don't know. We'll do more investigation and let you know.
Yeah.
Avery coming in with a Joy-Con feedback, and apparently a lot of people agree.
My boy Avery, because I said this originally.
Maybe it's a girl, Gabe.
Whatever.
Avery says,
my person,
I
Avery.
want white Joy-Cons or transparent, which is what someone else said, or black, but I'm guessing black would be similar to gray. And I don't know if the love is on the white or the transparent, because I saw a lot of people say they love transparent, sort of how the Pro Controller is transparent. Like some transparent see-through Joy-Con would be great.
I want white. I said this, I don't know if it was like in one of our conversations or like an actual video. I think white, it would be great. I think it would be a fantastic contrast with the black of the actual Switch itself.
Yeah, I think white would look good. I think transparent would be cool.
I think transparent they should keep with just the Pro Controller, because then they can make like a white transparent or like blue transparent or green transparent and have that just be like the Pro Controller like signifier. And then I'm fine with white Joy-Con. I don't know if I would personally like it, but a lot of people seem to really want it.
Yeah, I will unabashedly be getting every Joy-Con, so I'll take both. Yeah, I don't think black is coming. A number of people say they want black Joy-Con, but like I can't see Nintendo making a separate SKU for a black when they have gray. We did see some people say that they'd love to have a Nintendo like make your own controller, kind of how like Xbox has adopted their own like creation studio.
That'd be pretty sweet.
They could have like a Snow White, Midnight Black, or like Galaxy Black though, because I mean the gray is definitely dark gray. If they want to do like a pure like super black, but I don't see Nintendo doing that with. They were more neon focused, anyways.
Unless they make Metroid Prime Black, Samus gets nasty.
Longest comment we've ever had on SwitchForce.
Chase Romansky comes in with a novel. First of all, I just subbed. Woot! Woot to you too, Chase. Thank you. Now, I'd like to bring up the discussion of Virtual Console as the primary selling point for the Switch. Everyone is talking about future games, mainly AAA and the possibility for major multi-platformers such as Red Dead Redemption 2, Tomb Raider 3. Yet when I think of the Switch as a primary console, I don't even envision those sorts of games. I already own a PS4, so other than the portability, why would I sell for a less superior option? When I think of the Nintendo consoles, I think of Nintendo games. For me, when I hear Wii, I immediately think of Twilight Princess. Yet when I hear Xbox 360, I immediately think of Call of Duty Black Ops 2. My point here being is that Nintendo's strong suit is its own games on its own consoles. That's why we have never seen Mario on Xbox. If Nintendo can perfect a virtual console in a way that you could purchase a mass amount of games from the same line, i.e. Zelda, Metroid, etc., at a relatively cost-effective margin, that would make the Switch a major contender for my dedicated console. I predict that every major Nintendo title line is going to be ported over the Switch. Imagine being able to play literally every Zelda in one console with one SD card. Now, the reason I think this is a major possibility is that they've already done this with Sonic. They are bringing back most of the retro Sonic games in one package on one console. I really think it's an ingenious strategy to get the Switch off the ground. Sure, AAA games will be able to be on the Switch, but there has to be a reason for people to go to the Switch over their current console. I think Virtual Console is the reason.
I bow out of any comment that mentions Sonic now. I'm joking.
I think Sonic is a much easier game to smash all into one.
Yeah,
game, though.
that's what I was gonna say. I think getting every like Sonic game on the Switch is a much shorter task than getting like every Mario game on there.
I do agree though that like
games.
I do agree that Nintendo's strong suit is like their own IP and getting everything over, which I definitely think they will, or at least the majority of it, the big ones, over to the Switch. It will be fantastic because, like we said numerous times, like every game feels better on the Switch because of that portability and play anywhere kind of style, and just the controllers feel so good. So I'm super agree with getting Virtual Console as soon as possible and as fully stocked as possible is definitely a good thing to do to fully sell the Switch.
Does that mean that you think that like Galaxy and Galaxy 2 eventually come to Switch in some fashion? Like, I mean, even if it's just like Virtual Console stuff, or
yeah, and I think I don't know.
Go ahead.
It's a good question, but I also don't know that they just like one dump. Like I feel like it has. It'd be much smarter to do like over time, like add more and more tidbits, kind of like they're doing it the 1 month, one game a month kind of thing. Now, if they kind of, as opposed to like here's Mario 64, Sunshine, Galaxy, and Galaxy 2 all at the same time, if they kind of like pace themselves to constantly have new invigorating things in the store. Same with like
and see that's the nuance that I'm going to pick out of here and say that I hope happens, where Chase is talking about more like making drops of full franchises. In the past, especially with Wii U, Nintendo used Virtual Console releases as almost real full-on releases. They doled them out so slowly and tried to make such fanfare around them in order to make up for a lackluster lineup. Well, they've kind of changed that, at least in the initial months of Switch, and they're looking to do that going forward, a new big game almost every month. So stop making Virtual Console this, event and just dump a bunch of stuff. Give us the option to spend money. Like, if you want people to drop money on your console, give them many options. And I think slowly rolling out the NES and the SNES and the N64, just throw a bunch out there. Yeah, say, hey, we got 10 Mario titles available day one Virtual Console for Switch, and give people the option to buy those. For old games like that, I don't know why. I get from a marketing standpoint, I get from a gap in release standpoint, but let's let the Switch, the actual Switch lineup, carry that momentum and be the marketing machine that it can be, and just give us the availability to buy these old games. I think that's what Chase is saying, and a lot of people would love from the Switch, is for it to be a platform that just houses Nintendo's catalog rather than slowly doling out these releases as if like we've never heard of them, or as if they need to fill in the gaps.
But I mean, like, would you really want every big Nintendo game dropped all at once, as opposed to like?
It doesn't have to be every, but I think franchise like, hey, the Zelda franchise is gonna hit on August 30th, and the Mario. I just don't really see the point of again doing a super slow rollout where it takes me 4 years to get, Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. Why?
Yeah.
Why not just give? Again, it's the difference between using Virtual Console as a marketing mechanism and as a release mechanism versus Virtual Console as a service. And I think I don't think they're going to do a subscription. I wish they would. I don't think they're going to. But I wish they would treat this as a service that can house Nintendo nostalgia and Nintendo's past and also be a major money-making tool for them. It can't cost much at all to get these things up and running. Maybe the initial porting, but once you get that formula down, they're not.
They burst all the servers.
It's just ROMs running for Virtual Console stuff. Like they're not
right,
they're not remaking anything. It's just ROMs.
So put them all on there, or as many as you can, and give us a massive catalog, and then that one-ups the competition, right? Because Sony and Microsoft have slowly doled out 360 stuff, slowly doled out PS2 stuff, PS3. I think that's frankly the wrong way to do it. I get that it probably makes more sense from like a press release standpoint. Today you can get Jak and Daxter. Today you can get Black Ops 2. Today, Nintendo, these are all your own games. Like Gabe said, they're ROMs. So give them all to us so we can drop money on them whenever we want, right? Let that be a service and a major part of your system that is a selling point from day one through the end of the system. Not, now Virtual Console is cool because it has Metroid. Now Virtual Console is cool because it has Mario. Why make us wait for stuff that released 20 years ago?
Yeah, the only ones that like I would say maybe are a little bit of trouble to port over are the more recent stuff, like Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 and like 3D Land, stuff like that. Those aren't just like some small ROMs.
Yeah, and I'm not even expecting or wanting them to bring Wii U or I think GameCube is totally doable.
Yeah, for sure.
But I guess if Wii or Wii U are more difficult, that's fine. But come on, man. The SNES stuff, we should not have to wait for them to do, this week it's Mario World, this week it's Mario Kart, 6 months down the line it's Donkey Kong. Like, I mean, just give it to us. I really think that, and I think that's for their best interest of making this console, like Chase says, another really great purchasing point would be, hey, this houses Nintendo's history.
I just want to play Secret of Evermore. Can I do that? That was on Super Nintendo, and it was a great game. And I'm really bummed that I have no way of playing it.
So hopefully we get more info on Virtual Console soon. Next up, we've got a comment from Soul Eater, who is actually an innovative designer/creator. He says, "Great video, and thanks for covering my case design. Totally otherworldly to see it in a YouTube vid." And this is in reference to our Etsy video, where we found that super sweet Sheikah Slate case for the Switch. And this is actually the designer of it.
Boy, that Etsy video. Sorry, Soul Eater.
Yeah.
And just to enlighten people on what I'm talking about, there was a problem with the edit. The render jumbled up the video, and there's an explanation in the comment section for that video. So sorry about that, Soul Eater, but your case is really, really, really cool.
Yeah, and that's cool. That I'm glad you saw it, and I'm glad that you were stoked to see it. We love that case. It's very awesome, and kudos to you for doing such great work. Let's see. Sona Karen had an interesting comment about Amiibo. We were wondering kind of on the popularity of Amiibo. And so they said, to answer your question, no, but they are becoming popular again because of Breath of the Wild. The other day I went to stores searching for Wolf Link Amiibo, and they didn't have any Amiibo at all, which is surprising considering that stores have had them in stock for the longest time where I live. So yeah, they're becoming popular again, so much so that because of high demand, everywhere on the internet is also sold out and high priced. I remember seeing a Robin Amiibo for $15 before the Switch came out. Now it's $46. But hey, if you don't care about figure for functionality, but if you don't care about the figure, but rather functionality, Amiibo cards work well and are low price. Just got a 20-heart Wolf Link one. So it sounds like Amiibo are going up. Granted, this is just a single case of being sold out, but I would venture to say this is accurate. Amiibo are going to go up in popularity now that there's Breath of the Wild, and now there's sort of a resurgence of new announcements. But the Amiibo card thing is still an interesting note, and that ties back into the Etsy video. It seems like people can just easily push the functionality to a card for a cheaper value, and it's kind of subverting Nintendo's ecosystem. But
in a shady way that we don't condone.
Right, but it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So, yes, Amiibo apparently on the rise. Jake, I think you'll get a kick out of this one. Robert Siegfried says, does anyone else think with the DLC for Mario Kart 8 that the next Mario Kart could be Nintendo Kart? All franchises, characters, and themed levels. It would help with inspiration for new tracks and get rid of stupid characters like the babies.
Hey,
I want it.
I like the babies. What's wrong with Baby Mario and Baby Luigi? But
Baby
Bowser.
Would this be like a crossover of like Diddy Kong Racing and Mario Kart?
I think it would just be like, I think a lot of people are thinking, okay, where does Mario Kart 9 go? What do they do besides just new tracks? And one way to sort of up the ante after such a successful Mario Kart 8 and then a really big package of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe would be to do Nintendo Kart. You could still call it Mario Kart or Mario Kart. Or I don't know. I guess
they slowly are.
The
they
Mario
brought
Kart name.
Lincoln. They brought like Donkey Kong's already
Isabelle,
there.
Exactly. Yeah, But why not go all out and then allow the locales to take place in an arms arena and on a Splatoon map?
They have a
and
Splatoon
I mean,
map.
they're doing that for battle. Yeah, for battle. But yeah, just really kind of going all in on it being
I mean,
much.
it seems like that's where they're
broader.
headed. So maybe.
Yeah. So we all agree. Robert, you are on the right track, and we concur. I think that would be really fun. Who would you want to see in Mario Kart 9 or Nintendo Kart that isn't there already?
Midna.
Dixie Kong.
Dixie Kong.
Midna.
That's my love. Midna. I want to see Min Min.
Okay.
Min Min would be
I want
good.
to. I want to see Arms characters in Splatoon. I mean, no, Mario Kart, and then they could just punch. They have their own special weapon. Boom. Liam Smorsh has a sad story. Guys, I got syrup in my B button, so now I can't click it, meaning I can't really play games. All of my stores are sold out of JoyCon, so basically my life is flipping screwed.
That's really unfortunate. It's very
Pancakes
sad.
plus Switch does not equal a fun time.
Yeah,
Y-
that's rough.
I'm trying to imagine how syrup can like permanently get your button stuck. I don't know how that
It's
happens.
very sticky syrup.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I imagine
Yeah.
that was a great morning though. Like whatever you're eating with syrup and playing the Switch, like it had to be an epic day, and then it just got ruined
A beautiful start that ended
tragically.
also wrong. Hilarious Hugo TV, another question, and I just like the way he phrased it. I don't know what to get. Stay safe with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or be a hipster and go with ARMS. So apparently ARMS is becoming the new cool kid choice.
I'm gonna go hipster. Yeah, we kind of already covered this, but yeah, I mean it is a funny way to put it.
And yeah, I think it is interesting, like, go with the tried and true known quantity that has some additions, or go with the brand new boy on the street that could be amazing, or could maybe, let down a little bit. I think all of us would. I want to say ARMS just because I'm excited for a new IP.
Yeah.
But Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is so good. I don't know. That's tough. I thought this was really interesting. Monkey with a Gun comes in with some thoughts on who the Switch appeals to. He says, the number one consumer base I think the Switch really appeals to is the PC gamer crowd like me. I get all of the intense AAA games like Nier, Doom, Resident Evil 7, Dark Souls, etc. on my PC, but sometimes I just need some relaxing, casual, yet engaging games to play. And the Switch really has those franchises: Mario Kart, Pokemon, Fire Emblem, Monster Hunter. Coming from someone who plays on 60 FPS with max graphics on 1440p, I thought the Switch isn't that bad if you just see it as a huge upgrade to my beloved 3DS. I thought it was interesting how, kind of having like the mix of PC and Switch.
Gabe, that's
and
you, 'cause I don't-
eschewing the other consoles.
Yeah,
I mean this is basically me. Like I play Overwatch on 4K, and like him, I play everything else in 1440p. All the big games, like I have. Yes, like Dark Souls is probably coming to the Switch, but I don't know that I'm gonna like replay all of them. I've played them all on PC, and like same with Resident Evil 7. So this is kind of where I fit in. But I still love the Switch, and I think it's a great console. So, but I definitely understand your perspective, Monkey with a Gun.
I think, there's a lot of comments this week about is the Switch underpowered, overpowered. But I think its unique features are really what sets it apart, and I think that the specs kind of slip away in the face of that.
In your face.
In your face. A lot of people, though, were reassuring of sort of like how actually powerful the Switch is, and if you compare it to some NVIDIA Shield stuff, it actually is. It's fine. Like it's not so lacking that third-party stuff is going to be impossible. So that's great to hear and have reinforced. Martin Price has a mind like mine and says, surely a Mario Party game is perfect with the Switch, potential E3 candidate. I think this is one of my, I can't believe I haven't really thought much about this, but this is now one of my most wanted Switch games.
Okay, but only if they do like classic Mario Party and not one of the ones where we're all in like a cart together going and doing mini games.
None of that new age friendly BS. I want cutthroat Mario Party, like Mario Part 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And I want a bunch of characters, a bunch of hardcore mini games. I want some real like hand-eye coordination mini games, like the drill one, like the freaking face stretchers, face matchers.
Well, you can have 1-2 Switch has like some really cool mini games that like you don't like implement the exact ones, but just you can see where they could go with Mario Party mini games.
They could go crazy. Although I kind of want them to go back to just some of the real tried and true tricky ones.
Yeah. I don't want a whole lot of motion control. I want like classic, intense joystick turning madness.
Well, these joysticks are not meant to be turned a whole lot.
They are gonna have to be, Gabe. That's what makes it even more challenging.
Just imagine each having a Joy-Con and playing Mario Party, going to Boo, stealing stars from each other, chasing each other around the house. Like, this is great.
This is sort of like kind of with like how they announced Monopoly as like a board game. They could really make this like much more of like a tabletop board game feel, which I think would be really cool. Like you set the Switch screen down, or you can set the Switch screen down like in the middle of the table, and like everybody's like around it playing. Like that would be sweet, I think. Like
we saw with Monopoly at the Direct, like that similar kind of style. Yeah. Sweet. I love that idea. I want this. Or if you're incapable of returning to glory, just give us the Mario Party suite of VC games. That's acceptable too.
Yeah, I'll play Mario Party 2 on Switch.
Yes. We're having a Mario Party 83. Please, Virtual Console, come out at E3 with Mario Party so we can have a Mario Party party.
Mario Party.
That's what I want.
I mean, even then, I'm sure we could figure out a way to actually make it happen without a Switch. So.
Yes, but it would be better on Switch.
Yes.
Because then we could do it at actual E3.
Yeah, true.
Just plop down in the middle of the booth.
Okay.
J.K. Simpson says, Pod Racers?
No.
Is this in reference to something, or he just wants to have Pod Racers on the Switch?
I think he wants... I mean, Star Wars in the news a lot. Battlefront 2 got a leaked teaser. The Last Jedi trailer dropped. And we were talking about, Battlefront and third-party stuff. But I just like the fact that, like, somebody's talking about Pod Racers in 2017.
Yep. There are dozens of you.
I would love a Pod Racer game on Switch.
Of course you would.
You guys ever play that one? It was the PS2, the Star Wars Pod Racers.
Yeah, did you ever play the one at like the arcades?
Yes. These are very, very good memories, and I really want to have a new Pod Racers game. Throw Kylo in a Pod Racer.
Good
Let's
memories.
Let's do it, please. I miss Sebulba. Give it to me.
Come on.
The golden era. Alima Shepard says, my friend's never playing Shovel Knight on the Switch, and a girl walked by and said, is that your phone? And then Keon says, now she is on the search for a very own Switch. And Shepard says, no, she isn't. She really isn't.
Have we not used this comment?
No, this is new.
No, the other one was the guy was picking up ladies with his Switch, or they were really enamored by it. This is some girl who thought it was a phone and still thinks it's a phone, apparently.
I don't know if I read this comment or something. It seems super familiar. I don't know.
Gabe's having deja vu about this comment.
Gabe is stuck in the past.
Ilima Shepard and wrote this comment.
I just like that they thought this giant tablet was a phone. This is like the Samsung Note XL.
Well, maybe they're playing with the Joy-Con
How are
detached.
they holding it?
Yeah, who knows?
That's weird.
Oh my god!
This whole story is suspect.
Did you correct them, or they just walk by?
No,
and you didn't
clearly
say
not, because she still thinks she's not going to get a Switch.
Why did you not correct somebody? You just like look at them like what, and then they let them keep going.
It was so bamboozled.
All right.
What a beautiful story. Thank you for sharing, Alima.
Again, I feel like we've done this, but okay.
We haven't. Seahawks Gamer, questionable team choice, but great.
Very questionable.
Nintendo, please kill the 3DS already. Thank you. And now this got 97.
I kind of agree.
Interactions, but the replies to it were very interesting. Half the people were on board and wanted it to die so that the Switch can thrive, but half the people were like, "Why kill off a good thing?" So I wanted to just kind of let this be.
Better.
I wanted this after the Direct where we saw a bunch of 3DS stuff announced, 3 Kirby titles, Hey Pikmin, a bunch of RPGs, Monster Hunter stories. How are you guys feeling currently, mid-April, about the 3DS?
I feel like I just stated how I feel about it.
Jacob?
I don't know. I would like to see the part of me would like to see the Switch be the god of Nintendo's lineup, but I don't. I feel like there's a lot of people that still want to have their 3DS for whatever reason.
Yeah, they should get a Switch.
I mean, okay, so like to me, there is no way in the world that Nintendo wants to sell the 3DS over the Switch. So they're mainly doing this to placate and sort of reap the rewards of a really large install base for the 3DS. So I don't know how difficult it would be, but I wish that some of these titles, especially the eShop ones like the Kirby, the multiplayer Kirby, and the new single-player Kirby, I wish that those would just come to eShop in general. then I would have no issue with the 3DS. Where I take issue is why is the 3DS getting 3 Kirby games, and as of now, the Switch is getting 0?
I feel like those have been in development for a while. I don't think that...
Oh, sure. I think I would just like to see the eShops be unified. Like, I'd love to play Box or Bye Bye Box Boy or whatever it's called on the Switch.
Me too.
Again, this is where I'm saying, like, utilize that Nintendo library as a service, as a feature, as a selling point, and give us that. Frankly, looking at the lineup, it doesn't seem like they're dumping anything crazy onto 3DS, and those games were all post E3, so I'm sure there'll be some...
Fire Emblem, those games are still pretty big, and I wish that those were on Switch.
I mean, we are getting Warriors and a new Fire Emblem for Switch, though, so that's...
Yeah, but not this year. Well, Warriors this year, I guess. Right?
It shows at least that there's a focus on Switch. I guess I feel initially I was very worried that the 3DS would be something that would hold the Switch back, but I don't see that happening, especially with the release schedule for Switch and the fact that many of these games were announced post E3, which tells me that the E3 focus is going to be mostly on Switch, obviously with a few 3DS holiday, bangers, but I don't know. I guess they're okay to coexist. I just hope that going forward, maybe some of the eShop stuff could be a crossover release.
Yeah, also, I mean, but the real takeaway here is pick a better NFL team to support.
So I say, don't kill the 3DS yet. I think that there's still a very large audience that it's fine to release some title. I mean, look, Hey Pikmin is not going to look phenomenal on the Switch. It doesn't have 3D. So let Pikmin 4 come to the Switch. Hey Pikmin 3DS, that's fine. I don't see that there's anything wrong with energizing an already existing base and keeping them placated, so long as it's not ripping titles in development from the Switch.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, no.
Koa has another issue with games, and I just want to speak on this for a moment. He says indie games aren't that great. And
Whoa.
Saw a few trends on Mr. Shifty, on Graceful Explosion Machine, of people just kind of saying, like, this seems lame, and where are the big releases?
My question is, have these people tried them? Because if they tried them and they really don't like them, fine. That's a perfectly good opinion. But I feel like a lot of these people just think they look really simple and not as great as, like, a Breath of the Wild, but they haven't played them, and so they can't really speak on it accurately, I don't think. Because, like, I've played a lot of Breath of the Wild, and I've also played a lot of Mr. Shifty and Graceful Explosion Machine, and they're still super fun and super good. For very different reasons, but...
Say this to Limbo, say this to Inside, say this to Towerfall, and I could, like, literally probably go on for a very long time. Like, there are a ton of great indie games. Minecraft is technically, an indie game. Not anymore. It was at first. Not now Microsoft bought them, so it's not indie anymore. But, like, a lot of these things, like, just because a game isn't, like, huge doesn't mean it can't be great. So I strongly disagree with this, and I actually want to make a separate video on this, and I keep saying that, and we never do them. But I wrote this one down. I do want to make a video on
it's in Gabe's official book.
No, because I think that's an interesting topic to discuss, whether indie games are helping or hurting the Switch. And obviously, I think the correct answer is helping. But a lot of people share the sentiment that, it's just an indie machine now. Like, that's what the PlayStation 4 started off. And, like, I'm not saying that's why the PlayStation 4 is popular, but it's a big reason why, like, it was so beloved, especially in the first year.
Well, and like, yes, is Graceful Explosion Machine as exciting as Super Mario Odyssey? No. Is Mr. Shifty as exciting as Splatoon 2? No. But, like, let's be real. The people saying that they want more AAA stuff on Switch and none of this indie crap, well, that AAA stuff is going to take time to come. So you either have nothing on the Switch or you enjoy these indie games. And honestly, like, even if they are smaller, even if they are more, like, limited in scope, which they are, these games are a sixth or a seventh or a fifth of the cost of your Mario Kart 8 Deluxes and your Zelda Breath of the Wild. So, of course, they're going to be smaller. But as Gabe mentioned, a thriving console needs and should have a well-rounded and a full-circle ecosystem that includes $60 AAA, and includes funky international titles, and includes small indie titles, and includes mid-tier titles. And I think that the Switch is already establishing a healthy mix of those. You do have your more high-priced, popular indie games like, Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus at $40, and then you do have smaller things like Graceful Explosion Machine, coming in at $14, and Mr. Shifty coming in at $15. Like, it's great to have that variety, and you don't have to play them, but if you do, give yourself a chance to enjoy something that's a little more unique than the main stuff. And again, we all want more AAA. We all want more third party. We all want more multi-plat. That stuff just takes a while to build up. So right now, cultivating this indie marketplace is phenomenal for the Switch because, one, it will eventually encourage really awesome indies like we mentioned, Inside, Limbo, The Witness, things like that are tentpole indie releases that go on Game of the Year list. You're going to get those if the Switch is regarded as a fantastic indie platform. And also, it provides you with so many options in between those releases, especially in this initial year when it's going to take a while for the Switch to sort of build up development momentum, build up third-party momentum. The alternative isn't, more AAA stuff instead of the indie. Like, hey, why are you putting your efforts into Mr. Shifty and Graceful? We'd rather have Mario. No, the alternative is nothing. So unless you want, nothing to play, indies are fantastic. And they aren't, yes, of the same level of Splatoon or whatever, but that doesn't mean they're not enjoyable.
They're not like going into it like trying to compete with them. They're like trying to find a niche and a little section of your brain space that they can occupy and really capitalize on that.
And
right.
Cole, if you really think indie games aren't that great, go play Rocket League and then come back and say that. Rocket League is fantastic.
Well, and imagine the Switch 6 months when it has Towerfall, when it has Wargroove, when it has SteamWorld Dig 2, when it has Rocket League, if that, comes to fruition. All these things are going to be great fillers. They're going to be great multiplayer. They're going to be great, in between major releases, and just a great way to really explore and enjoy the entirety of the gaming industry. Right now, gaming is massive, and it's not just because of the Watch Dogs and the Ghost Recons and the Destinies. It's because of also these smaller titles. And sure, we don't need, Steam numbers where we have thousands of releases and half of them are trash. But having these selected, curated indies on Switch, I think is only great for, even if you don't play them, it's great for the future of the system, and it's great for those future AAA games that you may want.
For sure.
Anyways, Cody comes in. Cody Norris says, I have the same freezing issue in reference to our Switches all getting stuck in place. And actually, at least a dozen people commented this, so I thought it was worth bringing up. I have the same freezing issue, but mine started after a couple days of sitting in sleep mode. Had to hold the power button for almost 20 seconds. Then the system restarted and it works fine. Think it's a sleeping issue, but maybe wrong. And for me, that's very similar to mine. I had it sitting there for a couple days, and then it was frozen on the screen, and I had to do like a hard reset, I guess. But I thought it was interesting that a bunch of people noted this.
Yeah, mine wasn't. I don't think mine was asleep for a couple days. I think mine was just like a weird fluky thing and all happened on the same day. I think in the same 12-hour period, which was interesting.
I haven't had it happen to me anymore. It happened that one time, so.
Yeah, I haven't had it happen again, but I think it's interesting to monitor if this continues to happen over sleep time or whatever. Well, that's why maybe that's why Nintendo is doing the monthly releases, because long sleep is not good.
Don't sleep, guys.
Torterra Games questions our sanity by saying, just as I'm looking for a new video to watch this is uploaded, stop reading my mind, SwitchForce.
No. I will not stop reading your mind.
We are telepathic conduits of the Matrix.
Yes.
Whoa. It's a strong accusation.
Yeah, I think it's cool. A lot of people are always like, I was just looking for a new video and you uploaded, so glad that we can be on your schedule. Rukia Kuchiki's Husbando says,
it's Husbando.
So you're telling me that this is Nintendo's fastest selling console so far, and it's just March, and on top of that, Mario Kart isn't even out yet? But wait a minute, wasn't this console supposed to fail? A lot of really happy people in the Nintendo Switch is the fastest selling Nintendo console, that vindicated that, hey, Nintendo finally did something right, and not only did they deliver for the casual, but they delivered for the hardcore, and they delivered a system that is selling well and has a game that somehow has an above 1-to-1 attach rate.
That's not that weird, just because I think a lot of people just bought the special and the master editions, and I even saw some people tweet that they were gifted Breath of the Wild and they haven't bought their Switch yet, but their mom or girlfriend or boyfriend, doesn't matter, got them Zelda already, just to be prepared for when they do get it.
I'm very happy as well. Jake, you made the video covering this, and this morning they just revealed that the Switch sold 2.4 million worldwide in March, which is, I think those are good numbers.
Mm-hmm. Those are very strong numbers, yes.
I mean, I'm very happy with that, and I think as a longtime Nintendo fan, great to see them succeeding, and it's great for the platform. It's great for games. It's great to go out and take that 2.4 million number and show third parties hey, porting your game is worth it, right? Porting your title is worth it because we have the sales to back it up, and they just need those sales to continue. And think about how many people either can't buy it because of stock, which we still have tons of comments about that. I'm so sorry to those of you who are searching on the daily. I hope you find
I
yours.
really feel like that problem's going to be fixed very, very soon, though. I think this next month is going to be the month where Nintendo just really steps it up as far as that goes. I have a feeling.
Yeah. And, you know, there's not really a whole lot of major games. I mean, once Mario Kart's out, once Mario is out, then what if sales take an even bigger jump this holiday season? That could be really, really cool.
Yeah, I mean, we're in March. Or not anymore. But, you know, when it launched, we were in March. So, like, that's, like, the truly impressive thing about this. Fastest selling Nintendo console of all time in March. Like,
yeah, exactly. Because this isn't, you know, some people be quick to point out that, hey, Sony said the PS4 sold 2.1 million, which is as close to a comparable number as I can get in the first 14 days. So they sold just as many or almost as many in half the time. But again, that was in holiday season, and that is and
not to like be like negative or harp on something negative here, but PlayStation didn't have like the looming or like of that the Wii U was. Like the Wii U was a legitimate flop, and it soured a lot of people on Nintendo, and to see Nintendo rebound like this is fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe they didn't have the confidence in will the Switch really work out? Will it have the games? And so once that's established, once these sales are seen, once the roadmap for it is laid out, once it has a bigger library of big tentpole releases, I think this thing is just going to increase sales. So I'm over the moon about this news. Let's see who else is over the moon in CommentForce. Zazani Man Gaming says, at the beginning of the video, the announcer guy's lips are synced to Zach's talking. And they're talking about Biff. And in fact, someone said this about a video Jake did as well. So this made me think that I would love to have somehow, some way for us to have a Biff of our own that
we
was
need to
our...
make a mascot for us? Like a little...
Who can do like the lip sync for our commentary.
We can make a little SwitchForce mascot.
Either that, or I want them to sell like a $2.99 Biff on Switch, where it's just like one of those dumb iPhone apps where when you talk into the mic, it like moves his mouth. Basically, we just want any more Biff that we can possibly handle.
All Biff all the time.
Oh, give me the Biff.
Biff us.
Biff Force.
Biff me. Biff Force.
There we go. New channel coming, guys.
Rain the Insane proves his level of sanity by saying, I would sell a kidney for neon green and purple Joy-Con. And we do not provide medical advice on SwitchForce, but I wanted to say, please don't do this.
Yeah, that's not a worthy Switch. You could, there's other ways to go about that.
Neon green and purple would look really sweet, though.
Yeah,
green and pink is what I think they're going to do, though.
But don't sell your kidney. We appreciate the enthusiasm. Just don't sell it. Don't sell it. Zachary Goturk comes in with a little more Joy-Con thoughts here, saying, if Nintendo released a see-through version of the Joy-Cons, I might fork over the cash for repair to match the charging grip. Also, more colors for the charge grip, please. And I thought that was interesting, because Jake, earlier you said, keep the Pro Controller, but the charging grip is see-through as well. So that...
Yeah, but that's kind of like the elite version of the grip. So, like, if you just kept, like, the Pro Controller and the charging grip, the two, like, elite versions of the controllers.
So you just want it to be very...
I don't know, it was just a theory or a suggestion. It wasn't like, this is what I want, and I won't have
Jake,
it any other way.
Yeah. I do like the idea of different colored grips, though, especially as they continue to bring the Joy-Con colors out. I think that's good. In fact, I have a white grip headed my way as we speak.
Gasp!
Reveal incoming. Michael Duarte says, spent the entire afternoon playing this with my younger sisters. Whole lot of fun. Looking forward to bringing this out at parties. In reference to Jackbox Party Pack 3, and a lot of people came out with their love for the Jackbox Party Pack. So glad to see that people are into that. And I think, if you're anti-indie, well, you can't be anti-fun. And if you want a party game, this is the best that the Switch has to offer. I would venture to say, and it pains me, but I'd venture to say Jackbox Party Pack is probably a better party investment than 1-2 Switch.
Oh, man. Hands down.
It's very accessible.
Down.
Yeah. And some people are confused that, like, is it a phone game that's... It's a Switch game, but you just use your phone as the controller, basically.
Yes.
Which allows for a whole lot more accessibility and a whole lot more players without the need to fork over, 80 bones for Joy-Con.
Keep all your bones. They're important.
And kidneys.
Alima Shepard returns to CommentForce, a repeat customer. Hi, so my friend was playing Snipperclips with me when I was trying to measure a Switch. I was going to make a case, but nobody had the inch measurements at the time. But I forgot to do it because Snipperclips was too good at making friendships.
It is. Best friendship starter ever. Game.
And I just love that we're continuing this trend of Snipperclips being the holy grail of new love, new friendships, new interactions.
It's kind of true. I mean, it's almost like an indie game, but it's not. But it's very, very good, regardless of whatever it is. It's a blessing.
The Fig Life says, here are my predictions for the ARMS teased characters. You know, those 4 characters we saw at the bottom of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And in order from left to right, Fig Life says the names would be Lasso Lassie, Binocularo, Zeb Spree, which is a Zebra Spirit combo, and Gumtech, a Gummy Tech combo. And then Sario the Plumber says, yo, those predictions could actually work. I can see it.
I still like Gumbo better than Gumtech, but that's just my opinion.
I just like that they put that they got the elements here. So Zeb Spree is a Zebra Spirit combo.
Yeah.
Gumtech is a Gummy Tech combo.
Yeah, that's
I
interesting.
like it. I'm pumped to see. I think the ARMS roster is looking pretty dope. I'm
yeah.
very, very excited.
We were concerned when it was like
ARMS.
only 5 characters, but now that it's doubled, like I'm so satisfied.
Yes. Satisfaction is something that Frank Whiting is searching for in our final comment, saying, I wish there was a little hut in Breath of the Wild where a hermit would live that has a strange fascination with unnameable animals. There you could register an animal like a bear and buy food that will tame it, making it stay by you. So
I think
he wants a
untamable,
DLC.
not unnameable.
Okay, untamable. So he wants a DLC animal pack where there's a crazy zookeeper that helps you attract all of the non-horse creatures.
Yeah, I think it'd be really cool. I think you could register them and ride them around. It'd be great.
I like it. I like the idea. I like the thinking, Frank. And I like all of you. Thank you so much for everybody's comments this week. A big comment for us. So we definitely appreciate all of your thoughts. And it was a big week for Nintendo with the Direct and all the new info and the release dates for Splatoon and ARMS. Next week is shaping up to be equally fun. While there won't be a Direct, there will be Wonder Boy Unleashed on the 18th, as well as maybe a few others. The eShop seems to grab a few things that we are never really expecting. So we'll see what comes out. We'll have that covered for you. Any news that emerges, we've got you. Keep those comments coming, and we will keep comment forcing. Thanks so much for supporting 10 episodes of Comment Force. Thanks so much for supporting all these months of Switch Force. We just hit 70,000 subscribers, so congrats to all of us. Congrats to you guys, and thanks for being a part of this. That's awesome and amazing, and we love you all. So thank you again. Anything you guys are looking forward to specifically this week, Jake and Gabe?
Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy. And Jake actually has an early code, so he's gonna
Get on the
that.
Wonder. Yeah.
Jake is basically our Wonder Boy.
Yes. Thank you.
You bring the wonder and you bring the boy to our beautiful
1-2 punch
channel.
Wonder
also,
Boy, Jake.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Also, just wanted to. This is a breaking news, but I'm just gonna throw it in here. Tumbleseed is gonna come out May 2nd for the Switch. I'm very looking forward to that game.
Okay.
And just so y'all know, no exact info here, but Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is around the corner, so
Whoop whoop.
so take that for what you will.
It's speeding across the corner. It'll be here.
Drifting
Speeding
into our
next
laps.
week. Anyhow, thanks so much, everybody. We hope you have a fantastic week. Looking forward to all that occurs for Switch and for all of you. Keep us updated with your comments. We'll see you back on Comment Force number 11. Until that time, for myself, Jake and Gabe, Switch Force out.